Welcome to River Tales. River Tales is a 30-minute program that will introduce you to fascinating people, take you to interesting places, and enlighten you on important events that happen in our region. River Tales is sponsored by Southeast Missouri Hospital.
On this edition of River Tales, the Tour of Missouri comes racing into the region. The SEMO District Fair celebrates another successful year of food, fun, and entertainment. When most young people are at home playing video games, 9-year-old Trenton Bryant is out drag racing. And there's something for everyone at the River Ridge Winery in Commerce, Missouri. And we take a walk to benefit Alzheimer's research. Stay tuned to River Tales. The Tour of Missouri has become one of the world's premier events in cycling. 15 of the top ranked teams participated in this race, with Southeast Missouri hosting the second stage of this tour. The Tour of Missouri started in 2007 with the collaboration of many brilliant minds. Chris Ehrenholt, project director from Medalist Sports, a management company that focuses on professional cycling events, is one of them.
Tour of Missouri started in 2007, really a vision in terms of a professional cycling event that would bring together Missouri, bring in the economic impact to the state. There are some great races here in the United States, and I have to applaud Lieutenant Governor Peter Kinder in the state of Missouri for seeing that vision and making it happen.
Preparation for an event like the Tour of Missouri is not a simple task.
The event itself, the preparation, it takes year-round. We have over 400 staff members that will descend upon Missouri for this week's tour. We work very closely with the Governor's Office, Lieutenant Governor's Office, Division of Tourism, the host communities, MoDOT, Highway Patrol. So we'll start working on next year's race the day after this year. It's a great effort. A lot of people work on it to create a great event.
With such a large return on investment, Missouri is more than happy to host the Tour of Missouri.
Over $38 million in economic impact, direct dollars that are brought into the state due to the Tour of Missouri. So it is one of the top priorities, the top projects for Missouri tourism. Again, obviously Lieutenant Governor sees the value. The Tour of Missouri is a Super Bowl of cycling here in the United States, and to bring it to the front door of communities like Cape Girardeau, that opportunity just doesn't exist every day.
Started in 2007, the Tour has become one of the top-ranked events in the world.
The Tour of Missouri, there are 15 teams. Each team has 8 riders per team. Within that team, those 8 riders, those 8 teammates, they play different roles. So every day we go from city to city, and it's always whoever has the lowest time. So you'll have 7 riders working on behalf of their one key rider.
Brad Huff, professional cyclist for Team Jelly Belly, was the only racer to compete in 2009 that was from Missouri.
Every race that I get to do in Missouri feels like a hometown because all my friends, family, and loved ones get to show up. They take vacation time, come and watch the race. It's a really unique experience, and having been in the 2 preceding years, the third one's just definitely going to be the best.
When it comes to cycling, sponsors play a huge role.
Every team in the sport has huge amount of sponsors and support behind them, being bicycle companies, being helmet companies, being food companies or clothing companies. Anything you can pick is a sponsor of a cycling team. And the technology that goes into the bikes, the aerodynamics, the strength, the durability, it all comes into play to help a team succeed towards the end.
When dealing with Missouri's terrain, looks can be deceiving.
Racing all over the world, you experience tons of different levels and terrains. Our team races over in China, one very large race, similar caliber of the Tour of Missouri, and it has mountains that go up to 13,000 feet. Well, we don't really have mountains that go up to 13,000, mainly 1,300 feet here. But we just have a constant undulation of the races, so it really takes it out of the riders, and they're kind of surprised at how fatigued they are at the end of the day, even though we don't have some huge mountains. Every stage is going to be difficult, from St. Louis, Cape Girardeau to Kansas City. everything's going to be hard. Luckily this year we don't have the very difficult Branson time trial, which is one of the hardest time trials many professionals have done in their careers. This year we're in Sedalia, which is a little bit flatter, quite a bit flatter. The main thing will be the wind that will determine that day. So, you know, Missouri's definitely going to be difficult, and riders are going to be surprised at what it brings them.
Being one of the top-ranked events in the world, Missouri hopes to continue to host the Tour of Missouri for many years to come. For over 150 years, the SEMO District Fair has provided a venue for the best in agriculture, farming, entertainment, and of course, food. We take a look at some of the culinary delights at this year's fair.
Each year, SEMO District Fair attracts thousands of people to Arena Park in Cape Girardeau for the week-long event. Some people go for the concerts, some go for the tractor pulls and demolition derbies, some go for the animal showcases, and some go for the carnival rides. But one thing no fairgoer can miss out on is the wide variety of delicious carnival food. Whether it's a corn dog, a lemonade shake-up, a funnel cake, or a fried Twinkie, food just seems to taste better at the Arena Park Fairgrounds.
I've been coming to the SEMO District Fair here in Cape Girardeau for about 50 years. When I was a kid, just everybody's dream of riding rides and eating corn dogs. I've got one particular corn dog stand that I like to go to. He's here every year, and the lowest price and the best corn dogs. The price don't always get me, but the quality of the corn dog is real good.
Fair food is such a popular feature that year after year it continues to have the largest profit for the fair.
The food is the biggest moneymaker. The people that sell the food, the corn dogs, funnel cakes, all of that type of stuff, they are the biggest moneymakers yet. The vendors that do this usually call us. I have calls all year long, and so consequently we don't do any kind of search out or seize anybody.
Many volunteers join efforts to make the SEMO District Fair a success. Wes Campbell has volunteered for many years and is chairperson of the concessions at the fair.
It's a complete 100% volunteer fair. There are no paid positions here. Everyone volunteers. The same people come back every year, year after year. It's just a fun thing. We enjoy doing it. We have a big time. We start on Saturday before Labor Day, and we start setting the fair up, and then we set it up until the fair starts. As soon as the fair is over, we take it down. I'm in charge of positioning the concessions in whatever space that they be in, and I'm in charge of seeing that they get in those spaces.
In his time as a volunteer at the fair, Wes has seen many changes in the fair food.
There are new stands, and usually every year there are always some new stands. Not everyone comes back every year. Probably some 60 or 70% are people that come every year. The rest of them are usually new.
Many food stands are run by local organizations. Sally Ressler manages the 4-H food stand, which raises money for the youth involved.
I've been working at this food stand for about 20 years, but I've actually been managing it, I think, about 6 years. We have hamburgers, pork burgers, we have French fries, My Daddy cheesecake bars, hot dogs, and then, of course, the sodas.
Running a local concession stand, especially one which fundraises for its organization and has volunteer workers, has its advantages.
It's nice to be a local vendor because we know more people. People come in, maybe we haven't seen them for a while, or you invite your family and friends to come and tell them to make sure and come by and see you at the fair stand. The kids wait on tables a lot of the parents cook, but the older kids we're trying to train into the kitchen, learn how to cook and everything. Sometimes that's kind of funny when you get them in there and tell them, well, you have to cook it this long. The money that we make here pays for the kids as ribbons and awards. It takes a lot to run a food stand down here for a whole week. So it makes me pretty proud that I'm capable of doing that. But we have a lot of fun. It's a lot of work, but we have fun.
The SEMO District Fair has more than just local food vendors. Vendors from all across the Midwest come to sell their food at the event.
I've got the concession trailers, and I do pretty much any kind of fair food, and also I do barbecue with turkey legs and pork and ribs and chicken, and we also do Italian Polish sausage, corn dogs, pretty much anything you see on a fairground. We've been doing this business for quite a few years. We make our own. We got our own specs for our Italian sausage that we sell. And like I said, I do some variety that other people don't do out here.
Most food stands, like Larry Savori's, are family owned and operated.
I worked for my dad since I was 12, and then I got in full time when I got out of school. I've been doing it so long, we come out of one fair and go right into the next fair. The only thing is that they send us a contract so we know that we're going to be here, but the preparation is pretty much done on site. Come in here, we've got to get all our utilities set up on our trailers, and plus we just do cleaning for probably 2 days, and then we stock and get everything stocked for the opening of the fair. This is a good fair. I mean, we enjoy serving the customers that come out to the fair and make sure that they have an enjoyable experience with us, for sure. SEMO seems to have a pretty good group of people to work with. When we first started doing SEMO, we come out of the DuQuoin State Fair, which is approximately only about, I think, 60 miles from here. And that's what you really try to do, is keep your transportation costs and run from fair to fair that fits into your geographical area.
The next time you make a trip to the SEMO District Fair or any other fair, don't pass up on the crowd-pleasing corn dogs, the mouth-watering funnel cakes, the sweet cotton candy, or the other tasty fair food choices. Ask any fair goer. They'll tell you it is worth it.
I like corn dogs.
Love the fair. SEMO District Fair.
It's a good time, you know, if you like seeing people and events and all the things they bring to the fair. It's pretty neat. I'll probably get 3 or 4 corn dogs each time I come.
Drag racing is not only for the young at heart, but for the young of age. Jackson, Missouri native Trenton Bryant started racing when he was only 6 years old. And now, at the ripe old age of 9, he has grown into a skilled and multi-award-winning driver. It's more than a hobby, it's a family affair.
Hi, my name is Trenton Bryant, and I'm 9 years old, and I drive a junior dragster. I like driving a junior dragster because it's lots of fun and you get to go really fast.
I'm Terry Bryan, Trenton's mom.
I'm Troy Bryan, Trenton's dad.
Trenton's been driving junior dragsters for 3 years. This is his second year of driving the car that he's driving right now.
Started off, had to put a lot of hours in the car to get him used to driving the car and trying to get the car to run consistently. Trenton's running what they call a Briggs & Stratton Raptor motor. Pretty much a stock Briggs motor. We got a high performance rod and camshaft in it. We run what we call a polar clutch. It's belt driven back to a jack shaft. It's chained back to the back. We run a Makuni 28mm carburetor. Runs on alcohol. Produces roughly 22 horsepower.
Trenton Bryan, out of Jackson, Missouri.
Trenton's good about, he takes care of all of his own oil changes and stuff like that, so he's learning a lot of mechanical ability and everything doing this.
I helped my dad go through my motor and make sure it's running right this last winter. Safety gear is pretty important driving because you could have a crash. A jacket and pants in case the car catches on fire so you don't burn your body. You have to have gloves. You gotta have a helmet so you don't hurt your head really bad. You gotta have a 5-point racing harness to keep you strapped into the car. And then Hans armor strength. And so if your car flips over, your hands don't fly out. The Hans device keeps your neck from wobbling around, and if you have a crash, so you don't hurt your neck really bad. A kill switch, an emergency one.
With a mandatory kill switch on it that will kill the motor instantaneously. Switch right here is just a regular kill switch. It just cuts the circuit off. This here is the mandatory one. It goes to the back one when he pulls this lever back like this. It throws the hammer back. It cuts off all electrical to the car. Got about 112 pounds of lead added to the car to slow it down. Because NHRA only allows him to run 12.9 seconds due to his age, which he's running about 52, 53 miles an hour.
This year we started traveling to race. He's racing in the Midwest Junior Super Series race, so we've traveled to Indianapolis. We raced at Indy. We've also been to Gleason, Tennessee. This is our 3rd time here. We do several weekend races. We will be going to Benton, Illinois in October to race the final race of the season.
Right now, currently in that series, he's running on the Saturday race, he's running 2nd points, and on the Sunday race, he was #1 in the points.
I won a ton of times. You get big trophies and stuff, and money.
We usually get down to the track about 3 o'clock. That's when the gates open, and we unload the trailer, get ready. Then about 5 is when time trials start. We have 3 time trials, and in between the time trials, we usually have food brought in, or food at the track. Racing usually begins about 8 o'clock, and depending on how many cars, we can go as late. One night we were here until 2 in the morning, so which is really late for the younger junior dragsters.
River Ridge Winery owner Jerry Smith gives us a tour and a taste test at his local winery and cafe.
Welcome to River Ridge Winery. I'm Jerry Smith, the owner and winemaker here, together with my bride Joni. We have a 152-acre farm here, 6 acres of grapes, 1,400 feet of frontage on the Mississippi, a winery, a restaurant, and a vineyard. I lived in Greece and was able to travel through Turkey, Germany, France, Spain, Italy, and I could see the joy in the hearts of the winemakers and the people that grew grapes. And that was my second goal in life. To get there, it took me almost 20 years to get the knowledge and capital, and here we are today. I used to rent little Cessnas, fly out over these hills, both north and south of Cape Girardeau, looking for south-facing slopes that were most suitable for growing grapes. People enjoy being outside, having fresh air. We run a family establishment. There's entertainment, there's consumption of wine, consumption of food, but we do not allow and will not tolerate improper language, intoxication. We've got kids in high chairs, we've got bassinets, we've got playpens, kids kicking soccer balls across on the other side. We have an environment where you can be happy to bring any member of your family out here and have a good time. We're open every day of the year except Christmas Day. We serve food every day, which distinguishes us slightly from a lot of our other friends that have wineries, because most wineries do not serve food, or if they serve food, just some little prepackaged cheese and sausage thing. We try to purchase all of our products as close to home as we can. Our produce, our meats, and everything like that are in general local. Our wines are 100% Missouri wines. We grow about 70% of all the grapes that we use. The other 30% come from other Missouri vineyards. We have bands at the winery, live music every Saturday and Sunday throughout daylight savings time, which is basically the first weekend in April through the last weekend in October. In addition to that, we have music on Memorial Day, Labor Day, and the 4th of July. Jerry Ford combo with Pat Blackwell on vocals, Saxy Jazz today with Pat Swint from Jackson, Bruce Zimmerman, Doug Reeves. All of these are local people. In addition to that, we have some groups that come down from St. Louis that are originally from this area. So it's all fairly local, all a really good entertainment. First time you're here, first of all, on the weekends, I'm the greeter. I try to meet people in the parking lot, see that if they haven't been here, where to go, how to do, how to order. About 35% of our customers don't drink alcohol at all, and that's fine. They like good food, they like music, and they come here to shop, and that's okay too. Those that like wine, we get into our tasting room, which is located in the old building. It's in where the kitchen used to be. We have a wide variety of wines from dry white, dry red, semi-dry, to luscious, naturally sweet dessert wines. The tasting is free. From the tasting, and when we say tasting, that's it. Just a tablespoon or so to see, that's the proper way to taste wine. After that, if they choose to buy wine to consume with their food, that's fine, or wine to take home. Our motto is, come as a customer, leave as a friend. We cordially invite you to come see all of our operation and bring any member of your family. This is totally family operated for family enjoyment. Wine is good for you.
2 words for you. Pop quiz. Ready? Name any funny movie. A drama. Name a mystery. And one more thing. Name the movie your kids saw today in science class.
Know what really matters. Know about your kid's school. And know about your kid. Find out 100 ways to know more, do more.
On a beautiful autumn day in Cape Girardeau, people of all ages spent the day at Capitol Park to bring awareness to Alzheimer's.
Every year, all across the United States, the Alzheimer's Association holds their annual memory walk. Capitol Park was the home of the St. Louis chapter's walk this year.
Alzheimer's disease is not always age-related. At the age of 65 and up, your chances of getting Alzheimer's is greater. 85 and up, 50% of the people in our population will have Alzheimer's or some form of dementia, but there are more and more cases every day getting diagnosed that's early onset before age 65. We even had a resident in southeast Missouri that died of Alzheimer's last year at the age of 36. The Alzheimer's Memory Walk is our yearly fundraiser. It is a nationwide walk. And what it is, of course, is a fundraiser. We certainly need funds to keep programs coming to our folks that need it, as well as advancing research to find the cure. But at the walk, it's also a celebration to celebrate memories of our loved ones that are suffering with disease, a celebration of the memories of those that are lost to disease, as well as celebrating the strides we've made to achieve a lot in defeating this disease. Our goal for the 2009 Memory Walk in Cape Girardeau is $65,000, and with that money we do provide services, advance research, and pay for administrative duties, but every 83 cents of every dollar stays local in our communities to serve. In getting ready for Memory Walk, it's always a challenge trying to get everybody to come together, trying to recruit more teams and corporate sponsors to get involved in our cause, and just a lot of other duties along the way that you're dealing with at the same time. So the walk is a pretty big production, but something that I'm very proud of. We do a lot of good with the walk, and it's something that a lot of people enjoy. There's not much joy that people can find with Alzheimer's. It's such a sad and devastating disease, so we really look forward to having a joyous event to attend every year. Most people that participate in Memory Walk have been touched in some way, whether they've had a family member that's had Alzheimer's or whether they're healthcare providers that have been providing care for their loved ones. We have an array of people here, from babies up until people at 100, and with a little bit to do at the walk for everyone. We have activities for the kids and lots of vendor booths for people to go around and pick up some nice free stuff and some literature and information, and we always have a lot of yummy snacks to eat. The activities that we'll be having at the walk this year, we'll have the Jackson Jazz Band performing some music for us before and during the walk. We also have tribute flags that people can purchase to put their loved one's name on it. It's based on Himalayan prayers, that each time a thread unravels from the flag, it's prayers going up to heaven. We do, of course, the logistical walking, of course, and we also have a kids fun run this year where kids will be running different age groups, and lots of good door prizes, and again, always people to visit, people just really coming together to have a good time and celebrate. The Memory Walk is really our main event as far as fundraising goes, but there's 364 other days of the year that are just as important. So it's a big event, and it's a fun event, and it's our biggest fundraiser, but every day of the year we're always trying to fight this disease. You know, right now we have 5.3 million people in our country with Alzheimer's, so that means every 71 seconds somebody's developing Alzheimer's. And with the baby boomers coming of age by mid-century, we expect that to be every 33 seconds that people will be developing Alzheimer's. Every year our walk is increasing in size. Here at Capitol Park, it is a little hard to capture numbers, so that's always kind of eluded us. So we have a new thing in place this year to try to capture how many. We always expect that we have about 300 to 350 people here on walk day, but we do want to try to measure that a little better and think we have a better system for that this year.